Suspects are behind bars tonight in connection with Saturday's downtown shooting.
This week in Washington, Democrats demand documents while China prepares to strike back against new tariffs.
And we take a look at how the Show Me State spent Mother's Day. This is KOMU 8 News at 10.
Coverage you can count on. KOMU 8 News starts now.
Tonight, 4 Columbia men are behind bars charged in last night's downtown shooting. Good evening, everyone. I'm Emily Spain.
I'm Eric Graves. Thanks for joining us. The Columbia Police Department announced the arrests just before 9 o'clock tonight. Police say Damian Hunt, Eddie Hunt, Caleb Hunt, and Robert Carter are all charged with first-degree assault and unlawful use of a weapon, among other charges, for the Saturday night shooting that sent one person to the hospital. The shooting happened around 1 a.m. Saturday near East Broadway and 5th Street. Police credit the arrest to a, quote, swift response and thorough investigation. If you have any information, please call the Columbia Police Department or Crime Stoppers for the full list of charges the suspects face. Visit our website, KOMU.com. Kent.
We'll take a look at satellite and radar over the past few hours, past about 5-6 hours. You can see we have had some rainfall just pushing in. It's been just very light rain moving through, some sprinkles even at a few points. And now if we zoom in closer here on Live.3 First Alert Radar, this is just 3 hours. You can see this rain is moving pretty slowly for 3 hours, and it's just some sprinkles heading towards Jefferson City. So it could be some drops falling down there in Ashland right now, but otherwise we are dry here for the rest of our overnight hours. Now, look at climatology, look at rainfall so far for May. You can see we've only seen about half an inch here at the Columbia Regional Airport, about an inch and a half below average for the month, now that we're halfway through the month, and or at least close to that. And you can see now for spring, we're about half an inch above average, and as well for 2019. So we still need about a shower here or there every week to at least stay within those seasonal averages. Tomorrow morning, by the way, patchy fog a possibility. You might want to give yourself some extra time. I'm tracking that, plus looking at our best chance for rain this week coming up.
A multi-car pileup slowed down traffic on I-70 near Stadium Boulevard this afternoon. Multiple first responders were at the scene of the accident. Columbia Police Officer Rick Mabe said there were 2 vehicles involved. He said one of the drivers rear-ended the other vehicle. Mabe said a third vehicle missed them and ended up hitting the wall. One person sustained a minor injury and was sent to the hospital. The company that owned Ride the Ducks of Branson is disputing an investigator that said its vehicles did not comply with government standards. Ripley Entertainment owned the duck boats involved in the fatal sinking on Table Rock Lake last July. The company hired an inspector to determine if the boats complied with federal regulations. Ripley says the inspector passed the boats, but the inspector has said the 24 boats did not meet the standards.
There's new details about a bus crash in Osage County last week. The Missouri State Highway Patrol crash report lists 6 people as having minor injuries and 2 others as having moderate injuries. The bus was transporting the Bell High School girls soccer team when it was hit by another car. The report says 18-year-old Caleb Hoke attempted to pass another vehicle on Highway 63 in Westphalia. That's when he hit the bus head-on. The report says Hoke and the bus driver had moderate injuries. The coach and 5 players had minor injuries.
Summer's almost here for Missouri lawmakers. The session ends Friday at 6 p.m. But before vacation starts, there are a lot of things still on the agenda in the Capitol. One of the most controversial bills still being looked over is a heartbeat abortion bill. It would make abortion in Missouri illegal if a fetal heartbeat can be detected, which is about 6 weeks into pregnancy. The bill passed the House and is currently in the Senate. That's also the case for another hotly debated bill. Republicans and Democrats are going back and forth on legislation that could change the redistricting system voters approved as part of Clean Missouri. We'll be keeping an eye on those bills and a lot more in this last week of the 2019 session. Senator Josh Hawley is taking on the tech industry and popular games like Candy Crush. He says he's targeting apps and tools aimed at children. Last week, Hawley introduced legislation that would ban pay-to-win apps like Candy Crush. The games are often free, but users can buy upgrades and bonus features. Hawley called out the practice as monetizing addiction.
An American Airlines pilot is behind bars tonight, charged with a triple homicide. Authorities arrested Christian Richard Martin yesterday at the Louisville, Kentucky airport. He's charged in connection with the 2015 murders of Calvin and Pamela Phillips and their neighbor. Calvin Phillips was found shot to death in his Pembroke, Kentucky home. A few miles away, his wife's smoldering car was left in a cornfield. Her body and the body of their neighbor were found inside. In a statement, the airline said, "All of us at American Airlines are deeply saddened threatened to have learned about these allegations from 2015. We will provide any investigative assistance possible to law enforcement.
More guilty pleas are expected in the National College admissions scandal. Actress Felicity Huffman is expected to plead guilty tomorrow to paying $15,000 for a proctor to change her daughter's answers on the SATs to improve her score. She released a statement accepting responsibility for her actions. Experts say a quick apology may help her in the legal process.
Felicity Huffman is like many white-collar defendants who are in trouble for the first time. She's racing to court to plead guilty, cooperate with the government, get the lowest sentence possible, and just move on with her life.
Another high-profile defendant, former Fuller House star Lori Loughlin, hasn't pled guilty. Experts say that could make things much harder for her. A man died and a woman was injured in a shootout near a Trump resort in the Miami area earlier today. Witnesses say the shooting began when two groups of rival rappers started arguing outside the Trump International Beach Resort. A 19-year-old woman was taken to a hospital in unknown condition. Police are searching for 3 suspects.
On a lighter note, let's talk Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day to all the moms out there. We asked you for your pictures on our Facebook page. You didn't disappoint. Hundreds of pictures came in. Let's take a look at some of them. A dashing bunch here in matching outfits. We got this photo from Larissa and her beautiful family, wishing a happy Mother's Day to all the mamas out there. Thanks for the photo. And they say a boy's best friend is his mother. Well, Jody says her mini-me has been a mama's boy since day one. Such a cute picture there. And speaking of day one, a mother's love starts at the beginning, right? Dan shared this great shot of his wife, daughter, and her 1-month-old cousin. It's a great looking family there. And a look at this shot here of a mom and daughter playing Mother's Day away. Thank you all for your great photos, and you can keep sharing them on our Facebook page, KOMU8.
Wild week ahead in Washington for President Trump as domestic investigations mixed with international trade wars. We'll be right back.
Update your floor and walls with Mohawk Tiles and save with 11% off everything at Menards. Mohawk Tiles are beautiful and durable. They're easy to maintain and add style to any room in your home. Stop by Menards Floor Coverings Department and check out our huge selection of floor and wall tile to find the right style for your home. Right now, save on all Mohawk ceramic and porcelain tiles with 11% off everything. Now at Menards.
Save big money at Menards.
During the Bigger Things sales event at Joe Mockett's Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, the selection is bigger and the savings are bigger. Go big and go home in a 2019 Ram 1500 Crew Cab for just $28,999 and save over $13,000. Or take a turn in the most awarded SUV ever. Right now, lease a new Jeep Grand Cherokee for only $265 a month. View rows and rows of inventory on our lot or anytime at JoeMockettsCDJR.com. All roads lead to Joe Mockett's Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram and JoeMockettsCDJR.com.
Premier Property Services wants you, the customer, to know why they are different from the other guys. Premier Property tears everything off the roof down to the decking to inspect for damaged plywood. Premier replaces all black felt, drip edge, and ventilation. Premier never does layovers on roofs. So don't hire a contractor who's going to cut these corners for the same price. Because Premier Property is an Owens Corning Platinum Preferred Contractor, they can offer a lifetime workmanship warranty. The premier choice in home improvement.
It's our biggest memorial savings event ever at Missouri Furniture with buy one, get one half off. For the first time ever, buy one item at our low sale price and get your second item half off on all furniture and mattresses. Plus great financing options. BOGO 2 items or a dozen. Plus shop big savings on appliances, spas, and outdoor furniture at the best price guaranteed. Now through Memorial Day, buy one, get one half off at all Missouri Furniture locations. Better quality, best price guaranteed.
It's the McCosh May 500. We are out to sell, buy, and trade 500 vehicles in the month of May. From now through May 20th, come by and drive the all-new 2019 Chevy Silverado Crew Cab with up to 22% off. For active military members, get an extra $500 in bonus cash on all 2018 and 2019 Chevrolets. Find new roads to #1 business loop in Columbia. Chevrolet makes the car and truck. Bob McCosh makes the difference.
Never be surprised by the weather. Download the free KOMU8 Weather and Traffic app. Brought to you by Central Bank of Boone County.
Welcome back. In Washington, the White House is gearing up for another battle with congressional Democrats over documents.
The White House is pushing back on demands for access to documents related to 20 different investigations. NBC's Matt Bradley has the story.
The Democrats have nothing, the president tweeted this morning, quoting Republican consultant Ed Rollins. They just want to distract from this president. The Washington Post listing at least 20 separate investigations, with the White House blocking nearly 80 demands for documents, testimonies, and other evidence, including the president's tax returns, testimony from his son Donald Jr., and an unredacted version of Robert Mueller's report into Russian election interference. The president's resistance has some Democratic leaders pondering drastic measures.
If the courts take too long, we use our own judicial process within the Congress. And look, I think if you fine someone $25,000 a day to their person, until they comply, it gets their attention.
Some Democrats even calling for arrests. But for some Republicans, the legal maneuvers look like pure politics.
So this is really, I think, degenerated into partisan politics. And the best thing we could do at this point is say, let's get on with the country's business.
And the president believes Democrats' full-court press will ultimately backfire.
They want to do investigations instead of investments. They want to do what they're doing, which looks so foolish. And maybe I read it wrong, but I think it drives us right on to victory in 2020.
That was NBC's Matt Bradley reporting. The president is also dealing with an escalating situation in the trade war with China. White House economic advisor Larry Kudlow says they are awaiting retaliation after the president began raising tariffs on $200 billion in Chinese goods. This came after ongoing trade negotiations ground to a halt without a deal Friday. Officials from both parties are urging both sides to get back to the negotiating table.
The longer we're involved in a tariff battle or a trade war, the better chance there is that we could actually enter into a recession because of it.
Some economists estimate the president's latest tariff hike could cost the American economy $62 billion by next year. That's about an extra $500 to $800 per family.
Here's a look at your flight forecast for our day tomorrow on your Monday. No delays expected here, but some rain and wind expected in New York. Temperatures around 50 there. Meanwhile, we're in the 60s here for a lot of Missouri, around 71 in Kansas City, 83 in Dallas. Full forecast for the week ahead after the break.
Ken, thanks so much. Mizzou softball learned their postseason fate this evening. Coming up in Sports Extra with Chris Trevino, find out who and where the Tigers are going to play in the NCAA tournament.
Love your phone but want to ditch your wireless carrier? Do it. Bring your own phone to U.S. Cellular. We'll pay off your contract. Plus, give you an extra $150 to switch.
So it's like keeping my boyfriend and losing his man bun? Keep the good. Ditch the bad.
Whoa. You're not stuck with your carrier because you don't want to buy a new phone.
I love it.
Bring your own phone to U.S. Cellular. We'll pay off your contract, plus give you an extra $150 to switch.
During the Bigger Things sales event at Joe Mockett's Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, the selection is bigger and the savings are bigger. Go big and go home in a 2019 Ram 1500 Crew Cab for just $28,999 and save over $13,000. Or take a turn in the most awarded SUV ever. Right now, lease a new Jeep Grand Cherokee for only $265 a month. View rows and rows of inventory on our lot or anytime at JoeMockettsCDJR.com. All roads lead to Joe Mockett's Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram and JoeMockettsCDJR.com.
Get continuous coverage 24/7 on Twitter and Facebook. Follow us on Twitter at KOMU News and on Facebook.com/KOMU8.
When you need DMV services, you got a choice. You can either take a number or take charge of your time. At Columbia South License Office off Grindstone Parkway, we do everything they do at other DMVs. And we're fast, really fast. We'll get you in and out and back to life with little or no wait. So don't be this guy. Your time's too precious. Columbia South License Office. Minimize your wait, maximize your day.
Whoever this was, delicious. Zombies are going hungry.
What's that?
The city will collapse. That guy really doesn't like zombies.
We're gonna have so much fun while solving crime together.
iZombie. Thursdays at 8, 7 Central on the CW.
Last November, more than 1.4 million Missouri voters approved Amendment 1, including large majorities right here in mid-Missouri, because it stripped power from lobbyists and gave a real voice back to voters by bringing fairness to the redistricting process. But your Senator Caleb Rowden wants to overturn your vote and go back to letting insiders rig maps for the benefit of politicians. Call Caleb Rowden. Tell him not to overturn the will of the people.
The First Alert Weather Cam is brought to you by the law firm of Harper, Evans, Wade, and Nettemeyer. We will fight for you.
Welcome back. In your national news, the city of Savannah, Georgia is in mourning tonight after the death of a police officer. Sergeant Kelvin Ansari died after a shooting with a robbery suspect. He served in the Army for 2 decades before becoming a police officer in 2009. City leaders say the father of 4 was a great man.
Today, our city mourns as one of our Savannah police officers were wounded. Another paid the ultimate price. Our community owes these men and all the men and women who wear the badge a debt of gratitude.
Ansari's partner was also shot. He's since been released from the hospital.
Officials in Texas updated the public today after Friday's barge collision in the Houston Ship Channel. It happened when a ship collided with a barge carrying a toxic and flammable gasoline additive. One of the barges capsized and leaked about 9,000 barrels of the substance. Officials say the National Transportation Safety Board will help determine what caused the accident.
The bridges have voice recorders on them, so that data has been secured. And then there's also the electronic data that also is recorded. And as well as we have automatic identification system data that we have as well.
Officials said it could take between 36 to 48 hours to get all the cargo removed. Some members of the public have reported seeing wildlife that may be impacted by the spill.
35 million Americans were on alert for severe weather today after storms pounded the Gulf Coast last night. CNN's David Daniel has a story.
Water rescues and road closures. For days, heavy rain has pounded the southeast, leaving residents in search of higher ground as floodwaters engulf their homes.
We've already had 18 houses underwater, that's had so much water in them, a foot or above. So we've been really, really upset.
Some parts of Louisiana saw several inches of rain fall overnight, leaving some roads impassable. Mississippians saw a similar sight. Flooded roads left people stranded in Biloxi. Residents called loved ones as they loaded into rescue boats on Sunday. First responders carried stranded residents and their pets to nearby shelters. Strong storms rocked Dauphin Island off the Alabama coast. Homeowners and vacationers surveyed the damage Sunday afternoon after fierce winds sent trees into homes and scattered debris across the island.
And then our house started shaking like we were in a boat. I mean, it was shaking and rocking back and forth.
The Gulf will get a break from rain soon, forecasts show, but some residents worry any more rain could slow the recovery.
Can't get through with one before you start another one.
I'm David Daniel reporting.
Experts say the system is pushing east. They say damaging winds and hail are the biggest concerns now.
All right, take a look at this time lapse today from Jefferson City, and you can see we did see quite a bit of cloud cover out there throughout the day, but we did see some sunshine poking through on your Mother's Day as expected, and even a few brief passing showers off and on too, with just some light rain and sprinkles every now and then. Temperatures around 56 right now. High temperature today in Columbia was 60 degrees. Yesterday it was 55, so we're already starting a bit of a warming trend. We're going to continue that warming trend into the next couple days with a high temperature tomorrow around 66, so we're jumping about another 5-6 degrees. Then we're jumping almost 10 degrees for Tuesday up to 75, and then another 5 degrees on Wednesday, and then another about 4 or 5 degrees as we head for the end of the week. So a big warming trend that you're going to notice differences every single day this week, at least until we get to the middle and end of the week. We also have a mix of sunshine and cloud cover expected with just one chance, really one good chance for rain in the middle of this week. I'll talk about that in another moment. But right now, temperatures across the United States, most Americans are really in the 50s and 60s this hour, you can see, and that's including including us here. A lot of middle to lower 50s right now throughout mid-Missouri. And looking at satellite and radar, we have some clearer sky over the plain states that's slowly heading our direction once we get some of this light rain shower activity that we've had throughout the day out of here. And now we are all pretty much dry here in mid-Missouri. Maybe a sprinkle moving just northeast of Jefferson City right now, but otherwise clouds will actually decrease a bit tonight. But as they do so, that's going to help in some fog formation. So there's a chance we could have some patchy fog out there tomorrow morning. Look for that. Then for the rest of our day, decreasing clouds, and we're looking at a mostly sunny day for us with temperatures, again, a little warmer there on your Monday. We are dry, though, for your Monday. On Tuesday, we're mainly dry throughout much of the daytime, but here's the morning, 7 a.m. As we head into the afternoon, clouds increase just a bit. We're partly sunny here to mostly cloudy at times on Tuesday afternoon. Then by the late afternoon, we have a chance for some showers and thunderstorms to roll in as a weak system gets a little closer to us. And we're looking at some thunderstorm activity as a possibility here on Tuesday evening and even overnight into Wednesday morning as well. So we're going to be tracking that here again into our Wednesday and then into our Thursday. We have slight chances for a bit of rainfall there. And on Friday, we are finally going to dry out a little bit here. So we're just looking at the best chance for rain this week is going to be on Tuesday night into Wednesday morning. Some showers and thunderstorms there. At this point, we're not expecting any severe weather, but that's something that we'll continue to watch for just and keep you updated with. Then on Thursday, we are looking pretty dry with just a slight chance for some rain there. And then on Friday, we are dry as well. Here's again, there's Thursday afternoon. And then as we head into Friday, we're looking at still just a mix of sunshine and cloud cover. So dry on Thursday and Friday this week. But we're on that warming trend. Remember, we're in the middle to upper 80s by the end of this week. Temperatures around 44 here tonight. This is going to be a little chilly. You're going to want the jacket still tomorrow morning. 66 then on your Monday afternoon. It's a calm day for us as well. North winds only 2 to 7 miles per hour. We're at 75 on Tuesday. Again, mainly dry during the day until the end of the afternoon, and then especially into the evening and overnight. That's when we have chances for some showers and thunderstorms to roll in. Slight chance you could get a brief shower there on Wednesday afternoon. Otherwise, we're dry the rest of the week. Thursday, Friday, we're warm in the middle 80s. 82 on Saturday. Next chance for rain. It's going to be a chance for showers and thunderstorms next Sunday, this time next week.
Thanks, Kenton. Incredible new video from Southeast Asia of a dramatic plane landing. How it touched down without its front wheels. That's next.
First, here's your lottery numbers. Good luck.
Coming up Monday on KOMU 8 News Today.
GoComo, Columbia's public transit service, begins route changes in about 3 weeks.
A look at the meetings between now and then, including several on Mondays, including this Monday.
And I'll have a look at your forecast as we begin a new week ahead and a look at those temperatures and rain chances.
Great days begin with great mornings. KOMU 8 News Today. Coverage you can count on.
At Joe Mockins, we're more than just dealerships. We're a family, committed to giving back to the community we've called home for over 50 years. The Mockins Drives Education Scholarship Program celebrates excellence in the classroom and in the community. Throughout the year, Joe Mockins will award deserving Mid-Missouri students $1,000 scholarships toward their future education. For details on how to nominate a deserving high school senior, visit MockinsDrivesEducation.com. Making a difference in the lives of Mid-Missouri students. That's my Mockins.
Attention, City of Columbia residents. Sign the petition to stop wasteful spending. The city is planning to spend $4 million on Founders Park and the Master Gateway Plan. Founders Park will be located on the southeast corner of Broadway and Providence. The city killed the CVS project because it wanted the corner for a park. A park next to one of the busiest intersections in town is a ludicrous place to put a park. Go to change.org and search wasteful spending in Columbia, Missouri, and sign the petition today.
The rise in popularity of at-home genetic and health testing kits has created an ongoing debate on how useful the information actually is.
It has really revolutionized a lot of what we do just in probably the last 5 to 10 years.
KOMU 8's Angie Bailey tracks down what you need to know about DNA kits and reveals the misconceptions about them.
It doesn't test all the mutations that we know about. I mean, there's several hundred mutations.
Watch Monday on KOMU 8 News at 10.
Attention, City of Columbia residents. Sign the petition to stop wasteful spending. The city is planning to spend $4 million on Founders Park and the Master Gateway Plan. Founders Park will be located on the southeast corner of Broadway and Providence. The city killed the CVS project because it wanted the corner for a park. A park next to one of the busiest intersections in town is a ludicrous place to put a park. Go to change.org and search wasteful spending in Columbia, Missouri, and sign the petition today.
The Preakness Stakes is brought to you on KOMU 8 by Seidenstricker John Deere.
The horse that crossed the line first has been disqualified. Country House wins the Kentucky Derby.
This year at Pimlico, the field is wide open. The Preakness Stakes, Saturday on NBC.
The Preakness Stakes is brought to you on KOMU 8 by Seidenstricker John Deere, your partner in growing a better tomorrow.
Welcome back. In Southeast Asia, a Myanmar National Airlines flight landed safely this morning without the use of its front wheels. Smoke could be seen rising from under the seats of the aircraft shortly after landing. Passengers scrambled to evacuate as instructions were given over the speaker system. The airline said in a statement that the pilot flew around the air traffic control tower twice in order for staff to check to make sure the landing gear had been activated before an emergency landing. The pilot followed emergency procedures and dumped extra fuel before trying to land. No one was hurt.
The United Arab Emirates said today that 4 commercial vessels were targeted by sabotage operations near their territorial waters. The UAE Foreign Ministry said no one was hurt, but did not provide details on the nature of the sabotage. The ministry said the incident occurred near a port city on the Gulf of Oman, a strategic location just outside of the Strait of Hormuz. The strait is a vital global oil and gas shipping route. The Secretary General of the United Nations sounded an alarm on climate change today on a visit to New Zealand. The Secretary General received a traditional greeting as he arrived for a news conference with New Zealand's Prime Minister. The Secretary General praised the Prime Minister on climate change on the first day of his South Pacific tour, and he said the world is not on track to meet the goals of the Paris Climate Accord.
On Mother's Day, it's important to remember how much moms sacrificed for us.
How one son gave his mother the most valuable gift of all.
Also coming up on Sports Extra with Chris Trevino, a local gymnast is off to the Junior Olympics. Find out how this journey consists of much more than a high score.
To the business owners dreaming of their next expansion. To the newlyweds imagining buying their first home. To the family of 3 who's hoping to make it 4. And to Courtney, who's just beginning to dream. First State Community Bank can help.
We would love to hear your dream, so together we can help you reach it.
First State Community Bank. Success starts here.
Yes, you can have it all. Quality flooring, expert assistance, free in-home estimate, professional installation. Right now, during our National Flooring Extravaganza sale, you can get the flooring you want at the lowest prices of the year. When you're ready, we're ready.
Now is the time to save at Summers Interiors. For a greater value, ask about our in-stock specials. Locally owned and operated for over 40 years. Only Summers Interiors.
Nobody has more selection than Joe Muckins Ford. Nobody offers more savings than Joe Muckins Ford. Nobody gives more for your trade than Joe Muckins Ford. Nobody comes close. Right now, get a 2019 Fusion or Escape loaded. Your choice, only $18,980 or $275 per month. Selection, savings, service. Others say it, but Joe Muckins does it. See our entire inventory anytime online. All roads lead to Joe Muckins Ford and JoeMuckinsFord.com.
Hi, I'm Fred Burks, owner of Burks Service Company. We've been in the heating cooling business for over 35 years. If your current heating cooling system's not getting the job done, give us a call. We provide sales, service, and installation. I guarantee we'll get the job done right because my name's on the truck.
Burks Service Company, the boys in blue can do it all.
It's Leanne Seidenstricker from Seidenstricker John Deere, reminding you that we are by your side during mowing season. Right now, with your purchase of an X-Series or Signature Series mower, you'll receive a free 10P towing cart. Also, be sure to ask about our Green Tag mower discounts. These offers won't last long, so hurry in to any of our 13 locations to pick up your new John Deere mower and free towing cart. For more information, go to our website, Seidenstrickers.com.
Welcome back. Take another look at this podcast for a day tomorrow. There's a chance for some patchy fog out there tomorrow morning as you head out the door. Tim will be tracking that in the morning as well. Then temperatures around the middle 40s tomorrow morning. We're reaching the middle 60s in the afternoon, and that's going to be the coldest day of the week. We're on a warming trend each of the next 5 days.
Well, check this out. This Mother's Day, one family is celebrating their son who gave his mother the gift of life. Living 30 years with an autoimmune disorder meant Gwen Layson needed a new liver, and she got one a few months ago from her son, Brandon. He says the decision to save his mother was easy, but convincing her to take part of his liver, that was the hard part. That's a sweet. It's hard to beat that present.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's challenging.
Happy Mother's Day to you, by the way.
Thank you. That's very sweet. Well, hey, lots to talk about in the sports world tonight.
Yeah, there's something to unveil because we've been talking about it since Thursday, Chris, the big unveiling.
The big revelation, Kenton.
There we go. Yes.
Kenton's been so excited about this the last few days. He's been bothering me since Thursday about it. Kenton, wait no more because we've got the answer for you. Mizzou is heading west. The softball Tigers look to conquer California as they receive their NCAA tournament bid. The Cardinals have been reeling recently and tried to see if they could at least get Sunday's game against the Pirates after dropping 2 in a row.
It's a big deal, but I think that he'll handle the pressure.
I don't know that there's any way to put into words how proud of her I am.
One Columbia gymnast prepares for the Junior Olympics. All this and more coming up now on Sports Extra.